On a warm September evening in 1992, the sleepy town of New Brunswick, New Jersey, fell into a hush. Two people walked into the night and simply never came home. Reverend Edward Hall, a 41-year-old Episcopal minister, was well known around town for his kind face, soft sermons, and refined demeanor. But his spiritual warmth was hiding something deeply carnal, an affair with Eleanor Mills, a 34-year-old soprano in his church choir. Eleanor was married to James Mills, the church sexton. Hall was married to Frances Hall, the daughter of a wealthy and powerful local family. On September 14th, both Hall and Mills left their homes under the pretense of a short walk or evening errand. Neither would ever return. Their rendezvous ended not in passion, but in a brutal, ritualistic double murder that left the town trembling and the press circling like vultures. 2 days later, a couple walking through an overgrown area known as Lover's Lane discovered their bodies beneath a crab-apple tree. Edward had been shot once through the head. Eleanor's fate was far worse. 3 gunshots to the face. Her throat viciously slit, nearly decapitating her. Her larynx and tongue had been surgically removed, as if silencing her even in death. Their bodies were positioned in a mockery of intimacy. Eleanor's hand rested on Edward's thigh, his calling card tucked between her feet, and a business card jammed between the toes. Whoever did this didn't just kill them. They wanted to make a statement. Eleanor and Edward's affair wasn't a well-kept secret. Whispered rumors had long rippled through the pews. Some said they'd seen the couple meeting behind the choir loft. Others swore they'd passed them walking hand in hand at night. Yet when asked, no one had ever told Frances Hall or James Mills, or so they claimed. Frances Hall came from the Stevens family, one of the most influential households in the region. Her brothers, Henry and William Stevens, were eccentric bachelors who lived with her at the family mansion. Frances was 12 years older than Edward and often described as rigid, cold, and possessive. Eleanor, by contrast, was young, lively, and poetic, often writing flowery verses in her journal about her forbidden love with the Reverend. A week before the murder, Eleanor was seen reading one of her poems aloud to Edward outside the church. One witness claimed she ended the reading with a kiss. By then, tensions in the Hall household were reportedly at a boiling point, and that September night, they finally boiled over. The investigation that followed would have been farcical if it weren't so tragic. The crime scene was immediately compromised. Local onlookers flooded the area, taking souvenirs. A shell casing here, a scarf there. Blood evidence was trampled. Footprints were lost. The scene was contaminated beyond repair. Yet still, the investigators managed to identify 2 types of bullets, both .32 caliber, suggesting either 2 shooters or a change of weapons. Frances Hall was questioned, along with her brothers. All claimed they were asleep at the time of the murder, but witnesses soon emerged claiming they'd seen a woman matching Frances's description near the crabapple tree that night, accompanied by 2 men. In one of the more chilling developments, Eleanor's own daughter, Charlotte, found a page torn from her mother's diary with the words, "We will be together forever under the stars." The press ran wild. Sensational headlines like "Love Letters in Blood" and "Choir Girl Slain in Minister's Arms" dominated the front pages. And then came the confessions. Not 1, not 2, but 4 separate individuals came forward confessing to the murder, each story more bizarre than the last. None held up under scrutiny. One man even claimed he'd killed the couple because their affair offended his moral sensibilities. Years passed. Frances Hall and her brothers were arrested and put on trial in 1996. The courtroom was a circus. The prosecution's case rested on inconsistent witness testimony, some of it allegedly bought by tabloids. The jury deliberated just a few hours. Not guilty. No one was ever convicted. So who killed Edward and Eleanor? Theories abound. Theory 1, Frances Hall. She discovered the affair and, driven by jealousy and humiliation, enlisted her brothers to help her confront the lovers that night. Things turned violent. Frances, with surgical precision, slit Eleanor's throat and mutilated her vocal cords, a symbolic silencing. Theory 2, the brothers, Henry and William Stevens, were known for their volatile temperaments. Perhaps they acted alone, defending their sister's honor, or trying to avoid a scandal that would destroy their family name. Theory 3. A spurned lover. Some suggest Eleanor may have been involved with others, or that Edward had enemies in the church, jealous men or moral zealots. But the savagery of Eleanor's murder versus the relatively quick execution of Edward suggests the killer's rage was focused on her, a crime of passion or punishment, and whoever did it didn't just want her gone. They wanted her silenced, permanently. It's been over a century since the crab-apple tree bore witness to the murder of two lovers who just wanted to be together. The tree is long gone. The case is cold. And yet, in the annals of American crime, it remains one of the most chilling and unresolved murders ever recorded. Every few years, an amateur sleuth or a true crime podcast revives the story. Each time, someone asks, did Frances do it? Was it the brothers? Why cut out her voice? And each time, the answer remains buried. But if you visit the old site in New Brunswick, just as twilight hits, and listen closely, you might still hear the wind rustle like a whisper, a soft voice, lost to time, asking one last question. Do you love me enough to die for it?